Well, we're just waiting for Gabriel Cameron to start this press conference.
Hello everyone, thank you for taking the time to come out here today. I'm Superintendent Gabriel Cameron, attached to Lambeth Police Station. I'm basically the borough commander. I'm here to talk through a horrific incident that occurred last night, which resulted in a 31-year-old female and two children aged 3 and 8 being attacked with a corrosive substance, which we now confirm to be an alkaline. A male was with them in the vicinity, a 35-year-old male called Abdul Ezedi, and he left the scene. But the injuries to the female and children, they're in a stable condition, but we are just monitoring, but they don't seem to be life-threatening, but at this time they could be life-changing. The male was last seen in the North London area, Caledonian Road, and if you see him, there'll be some images circulated later today. If you see him, I plead to not approach him. He's a call 999. He has significant injuries to the right side of his face. I have a special number. If you do have any information, any dash cam footage, Ring doorbell footage, I've got a number which I'll plead for you to call. It will go direct to my specialist officers, and that number is 0207 175 2784. Failing that, you can always call Crime Stoppers on 101. I really want to give thanks to the local community. I had 3 members of our community, 3 women and 1 male, who attempted to stop the perpetrator. They were injured in the process. They've sustained injuries, but thankfully they're not too harmful. Also want to thank LFB, London Fire Brigade, local ambulance service. 5 of my local officers were also injured. Thankfully, no one has got any life-threatening, life-changing injuries. That's it. Any questions for me?
What's the scale of the manhunt at the moment?
So we're liaising with our local other partners, agencies, so we're working alongside Northumbria. We believe the male is from the Newcastle area, and he could be going back there. He may not be, but he could be. BTP, British Transport Police, are also working alongside us as well. So we are working in collaboration with other agencies to try and locate this male.
Could you tell us what the relation of the mother and the 2 children? What's the relation to the suspect?
We don't know the actual relationship at this stage. I've basically told you everything we know. We thankfully know who the subject is, and there are inquiries to locate him. So that's a real plus. But again, I really want to thank our community.
Can you spell that? Yeah.
Abdul. He's got a middle name, and that's Shakur. Shokoor, surname Ezedi, Ezedi. His image and this transcript will be circulated post this conference.
Is the suspect living around here?
As far as I'm aware, the suspect has travelled down from Newcastle. At this stage, I do not know where the victims reside. There's still some ongoing inquiries in that field. I'm not sure.
And what was his age, sorry, sir?
Approximately 35.
And how many officers are trying to search for him?
Well, as you know, we take violence against women and girls very seriously in the Met Police. I've liaised with specialist colleagues. I'm working with my local officers, and we have got a significant asset looking for this male.
So is this a dangerous man on the run out there at the moment?
My plea is don't approach him, and if you see him, call 999.
In respect to the car, could you tell us if that's the victim's or the person you're looking for?
I believe it is the subject's car. It's a Hyundai, but that's all I know.
Have you got any closer to what the substance was and whether it's available
It's
on the high street?
Don't know. I know it's a corrosive alkaline substance, and as we all know, we can buy all sorts in the high street.
Sorry, and did you say the victim lived around here? I mean, do you have
Don't know where the victim lives.
How confident are you you'll catch him?
We will catch him. I'm wholeheartedly confident.
Was he known to police previously?
At this stage, I believe he may have been known to police, but he's not a local resident from London, as far as I'm aware. He's come down from Newcastle.
Do you have any idea what the motivation might be behind
No
travelling
idea.
this far across the country?
No idea. No idea. I do not know that level of detail, but what I can assure you, going back to your question, is it's a horrific crime against a vulnerable female, and we take that very seriously across the country.
When you say vulnerable female, are you able to expand on whether the victim...
When I say vulnerable, we take violence against women and girls very seriously, and this was someone who, it's a vulnerable position she was in, and it would have been horrific and frightening. So we will do our utmost, and we will, I'm totally confident, capture the male.
I've got to Were there any injuries that weren't from acid, from the alkaline substance?
As far as I'm aware, I don't know, but thank you for your time.
You said he was seen on Caledonian Road.
Yeah, that's all.
Right, well, that was the superintendent there talking about the horrific acid attack. Well, not acid, we know it's an alkali substance now that happened in Clapham yesterday night. Let's speak to talkTV correspondent Holly Hudson, live from Clapham. Hi, Holly, what more information can you give, having listened to that press conference?
Well, as you heard there, that was Superintendent Gabriel Cameron leading the investigation, and what he gave us was more information about the suspected attacker, information that we hadn't yet heard. He said he is a 35-year-old male, Abdul Ezedi, and that he was last seen in the North London area, Caledonian Road. He urged the public, if they do see him, not to approach him. He has been described, of course, as a dangerous man. Police urging the public to call 999. They say he has significant injuries to the right side of his face, and he also, as well, said that this is a man they believe comes from Newcastle. He said they're working with Northumbria Police. They think that he travelled down from there, and the British Transport Police also working with them on this. They don't know the relationship to the mother and the children at this stage. They say it's a plus that they know who this man is. He may well have also been known to police previously, and you heard the superintendent there promise that the police will catch him. But of course, we know that police have been stressing all day that this is a targeted attack. They insist that the suspect was known to the woman, but they also say that this may have been a domestic incident, as eyewitnesses have reported, and still describe him as dangerous, as we heard there, and say they urgently need to find him. There's a huge manhunt now, Alex, underway to try and find Abdul Ezedi across London. As I say, he was last seen in the North London area after this attack that took place here on Lessar Road in Clapham. I'm just on the edge of Clapham Common here, and we know that police were called to reports of a corrosive substance that had been thrown over a mother and two children last night at around 7:25 p.m. A corrosive substance that we now know was alkaline, and a substance that we know has left that 31-year-old mother and her two daughters, who remain in hospital this morning with injuries. The youngest daughter, just 3 years old, with potentially life-changing injuries, and others as well, other neighbours and eyewitnesses, locals, residents here that came out to try and aid the family and try and help also sustain their own injuries. They've been praised by the police here and by officers for their bravery. 3 women and 1 man who sustained minor burns injuries, as well as 5 police officers, but all of whom have now been discharged.
Thank you ever so much, Holly.